It was a cool, typical early winter's day, and a nice crowd watched round 3 of Total Super Series 97 at AA Kailami. In the junior motorcycle category, Gareth Swanepoel dominated proceedings, winning both the first and second heats from defending champion Jaco Wolmarans. The opposition had no answer to Bucks Carolyn in the super special category after his main rival, Jack Hubert, had to retire with a flat tyre in the first heat. Ian Topless on his Elna Fox Kawasaki convincingly won the first heat of the 200cc motorcycle category after his main rivals, for various reasons, failed to perform at all. In the super quad category, Evan Hutchinson maintained his unbeaten record so far this season by winning both the qualifying heats on his Yamaha Blaster. Topless also dominated the open motorcycle category, winning both the qualifying heats on his Elna Fox Kawasaki. Alan Julian was second in Heat 1 and Gary Peterson in Heat 2. In the Pro Quad category, Paul Breckel on his Philips Rotax won the first heat, while the second heat was won by championship co-leader Jacques Struweg on a Suzuki. Spectacular action was the order of the day in the first heat of the Super Trucks, American Rob Millen bringing the Castrol Toyota home first in its debut race against some stiff opposition from Paulo Piazzamusso in the Cliffy Crawley Ford Courier. The crowd loved it and the competitors liked the new circuit layout.
After you've been out already, what's the track like?
They've changed it quite a lot from the last time we rode, yeah, and it's very, very fast. There's one little tight corner that we go down to, but the rest of it's where the cars go, you know, flat, wide open. It's very, very fast. I think in general everybody's saying it's fast. This track is very, very abrasive. Kailami is not like Charlton. There's a lot of stones out here, and I think a good start is what you got to get, otherwise you just get hammered with the stones.
Just after the start of the final race for the juniors, and immediately Gareth Swanepoel and Jaco Wolmarans pull away from the rest of the field. Swanepoel on his Elna Fox Kawasaki has been unbeaten this year and was determined to keep up that record. Wolmarans on a Honda is the reigning champion and knew that he had to start doing something about it. Zach Botha got stuck on his Shimwell's Yamaha, but at the front, Gareth Swanepoel was extending his lead over Wolmarans. Swanepoel has demonstrated his natural talent to the fullest this season and has all the makings of a champion. The youngster has shown that he could control a race from the front and also come back after a mistake and fight his way through the field when it's called for. Wolmarans hasn't had such a good season so far, the defending champion seemingly at a loss for an answer to the Kawasaki riders' domination. By now, the track was becoming very rough after 2 races for each category, and the youngsters had to keep their wits about them to control their bikes at speed. Further back, a nice dice for third position had developed between Grant Wheeler on his FMF Fox Yamaha and Lawrence Mahoney on his Honda. Mahoney was hassling Wheeler through every corner, and in the end his strategy of exerting maximum pressure paid off as Mahoney finished third ahead of Wheeler. But almost as if following a script, Gareth Swanepoel had no pressure and he brought the Elna Fox Kawasaki home in first place for the 9th consecutive time this year. Wolmarans kept his championship hopes alive by finishing second ahead of Mahoney and Wheeler. The second heat of the Super Specials, and once again